Hello everybody, this is Video Game 96 here, and welcome to the finale of, the Belated 2026 birthday celebration for Come&PartyWithNick. And, yeah, I also do apologize to see, I was gonna do this earlier this morning, but I kept on getting, like, errors or whatever. Trying to find out, PSN, was having issues, earlier today, and I think it really was going on all day, apparently. But anyway, so now that that's taken care of, we just have to test here, we should, chat works here, but they're both of these over. So yeah, in this segment, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be playing Mega Man 2, on the normal difficulty, not, difficult mode like I usually do, on normal mode. So yeah, that's how things are going to go down. So we're gonna, so yeah, I like to fight against, Airman first, cause you get the number 2 weapon, or not, it's not a weapon, it's more of a number 2 item, and it's why a lot of the time I usually take him down first. Sometimes, once in a while, I will take down Metal Man, first. It depends on my mood. Although I think, last year, I decided to go do someone different, and I think I decided to go against, some other robot master. I don't know. But either way, yeah, this is, like I said, this is the finale, and like I said, what we're doing is playing Mega Man 2 on normal difficulty. The reason why I decided to do this as a final segment, because I watched Come&PartyWithNick, where he did the, 2025 birthday celebration from last year, where he basically did this thing where he played at least one level. Now it's on Metal Man stage, and so I'm like, okay, yeah, why not? Why not do Mega Man 2? Because usually when it comes to these kinds of specials for Come&PartyWithNick, I like to do this thing where I play the game, I play Mega Man games, or at least one Mega Man game anyway. And he doesn't mind it when I do that. He told me before that he's not really, into Mega Man all that much, but I respect that. Mega Man is not gonna be everyone's cup of tea. Yeah, let's be real here. Yeah, it's not gonna be everyone's cup of tea. These games, Mega Man games, are known for being really hard games. Like, really hard games. Matter of Mega Man 2, Mega Man 2, 10 and 11, in terms of classic series-wise, are the only classic Mega Man games to have difficulty settings. These Mega Man games are no pushovers, Even games like Mega Man X are pretty difficult on your first playthrough, So yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing this game, because, Mega Man 2 is my favorite, one of my favorite, classic Mega Man games of all time, along with, Mega Man, 6, 7, 8, and 11. So yeah, Airman is pretty difficult, Airman is, pretty easy. Probably, one of the easier robot masters in the game to take on with just a buster. Yeah, pretty simple. So, by defeating him, we got the air shooter. Not too bad of a weapon, I'd say, in the game. Not too bad. And also, we get the item 2, like I said. Basically, what the item 2 is, it basically works as an airboard. And basically what it is basically, in a straight line, it will take you, to various places, as long as it's in a straight line. Think of it like how Rush Jet is in, like, Mega Man 4 and onwards, except that you can't go up and down. So up next on the weakness chain is Crash Man. So yeah, Crash Man. And yeah, this game made me become a Mega Man fan after I played this game. I really love this game. I love it. And yeah, a bit of a fun fact for you guys. Mega Man 2, this game was made by some people over at Capcom, as long as they worked on other projects Capcom was working at the time. So they were meaning that they were working on this game. They were working on this game on their own free time. Meaning that they were working on this game on their own free time, as long as they were working on other Capcom projects. Yeah, that is honestly kind of cool. You can clearly tell that this game was made with a lot of love. Yes, this game has a fair share of issues, for sure. Well, mainly two of them, but there's probably other factors. There's probably other factors, other issues that this game has, probably. This game probably has other issues here and there, but those are the two main ones. Is the booming trap room, where you need to have all crash bombers in order to defeat the boss. Because if you don't have any of that, you're not gonna win, which is bad game design. And also the final boss fight against Alien Wily. Okay, yeah, worth it. I don't care that I jumped off just to get that life, worth it. But yeah, but see, Alien Wily boss, yeah, he is easy. Matter of, I'll probably go as far to say he's probably the easiest of all the Wily final bosses in the classic series. He is pretty easy, really easy. But what makes it bad, he's only weak against one weapon and one weapon only, not even the Buster. And basically, you need to have the bubble lead. Some people call it bubble lead, but I call it bubble lead. But yeah, you need to have bubble lead, and while yeah, you do have quite a bit of shots with the bubble lead, say for example, if the players accidentally uses up all their bubble leads prior to the fight, or if they don't have enough, well, guess what? People are screwed. They're not going to be able to beat the boss. So the only way they're going to be able to beat the boss, is if they lose all their lives on purpose to try again. Which, in my opinion, is bad game design. You know, players should not have to do that. You know, players should not have to do that. You know, I'm sorry, but yeah, like I said, players should not have to do that. Players should not have to do that. In order to beat the boss, you know? Or at least that's what I figure. Yeah, so yeah, Mega Man 2 is not a perfect game by any means of the imagination. It has its own fair share of issues for sure. And what I just picked up there is an energy tank. And to those who don't know, energy tanks are what help you refill your health. However, in Mega Man 2, you can only carry up to 4 at once. And if you lose all of your lives in this version of the game, you lose all the energy tanks. Thankfully, in the Sega Genesis version, if you lose all of your lives, you'll be aka the Mega Man Wily portion of Mega Man 2. You'll be able to, you know, you'll be able to keep all of your energy tanks. I was trying to say energy drinks, but energy tanks. So you know, there's that. So yeah, by defeating Crash Man, we got the Crash Bomber. So yeah, next up on the weakness chain is Flash Man. He's also weak against the bubble lead as well. But the reason as to why I'll be taking down Metal Man last is because I wanted to give myself a bit of a challenge here. Because yeah, sure, normal is pretty easy, obviously, so I should be playing the game on difficult, but even on difficult mode, the game's pretty simple to beat. Even with the Metal Blade. The Metal Blade is known to be one of the most overpowered classic Mega Man related weapons in Mega Man, along with the Elect Beam, or whatever that is called, in Mega Man 1. So yeah. And I also did a test screen do not watch thing earlier, like I'm gonna say 12, 13 minutes ago, or whatever, just to see if I can hear my voice. The reason being is because there is no toggleable option to turn down the music and sound effects and stuff. So that's kind of an issue. Yeah, because yeah, the music is really loud, especially on my TV. Even at volume 1, the volume is way too loud. Okay, maybe it's not way too loud, but even at volume 1, the music is pretty loud. So it's kind of the whole point as to why I did what I did to make sure that it works properly, and thankfully it does. So thankfully I had no issues. So yeah, like I said, Flash Man is also easy because like I said, he's also weak against, like I said, the Metal Blades, like I said. But, despite the fact that I was taking quite a bit of damage there, Flash Man, well, actually, never mind, yeah. I don't think, I don't think I beat all these robot masters with just the Buster. I do know that Flash Man is kind of challenging. But in my opinion, probably the most challenging of all these robot masters in Mega Man 2, regardless of difficulty, is Quick Man. We got the Flash Stopper, so pretty nice. We also got item 3 completed as well, which is basically an item where it allows you to put it on a wall and you can jump on it. So kind of useful in some situations, but it's probably the most underwhelming of all the items in the game. But the reason it's going to Quick Man is probably the hardest robot master, in the game, even with just the Buster, is because even with his weakness, is because yeah, he poses quite a bit of a challenge. And on top of that, when you use the Flash Stopper on him right away, he only loses like half of his health. So yeah, right here, usually you're supposed to use the Flash weapon, so this way you can either stop through the lasers that are 1 and KO. I don't use it there, so I can use it on Quick Man. Especially since you can, like as soon as you use the Flash Stopper, that's it. Then that's pretty much it. You're not gonna be able to, stop using the Flash Stopper, until it runs out. Which, in my opinion, is also bad game design too. I guess that's technically bad game design number 3. Because really, you should be able to change the Flash Stopper whenever. It's basically, say if you use the Flash Stopper, yes, you're gonna have to grind for weapon energy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try the best I can to do this without the Flash Stopper. Just trust me though, guys, when I say that I have beaten this game without using the Flash Stopper. I have indeed done it before. I assure you guys that I have beaten that section without the Flash Stopper. It is indeed possible to do. But unfortunately, because this is an NES game, or Famicom, if you will, yeah, unfortunately, yeah, these movements here are pixel perfect. You can't be a pixel off. If you're a pixel off, you're not going to be able to, dodge these 1-hit KO leads. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Because it's NES and Famicom, era game, obviously, you're gonna have to do these pixel perfect jumps in order to, get past certain parts. Like, see? I died twice there, I believe, and I managed to get past that section. But yeah, again, it is possible. It is possible. It is possible to do it without flash stopper. It's just hard to do, because again, you have to, it's pixel perfect. But this is an NES and Famicom, era game. So obviously, of course, some things are going to be worse than others, But yeah, the flash stopper should be in there. So yeah, so basically you're going to want to use the flash stopper on him when he's a little bit under half health. So yeah, like I said, Quick Man is probably the most difficult robot master in this game, especially if you're on difficult mode. But then again, I'm a bad Mega Man player, so not the most, not the best of all players of Mega Man, so. Part of it, we got the Quick Boomerang, and so in which case, Bubble Man, he is weak against both Metal Blades and the Quick Boomerang. So that's pretty much it, really. And yeah, unfortunately, because this is NES and Famicom type game, era game, yeah, unfortunately, the waterfall graphics, well, if you have like a seizure or anything like that, well, not good. But then again, to be fair, yeah, I wouldn't really recommend playing Mega Man games in general. If you have like epilepsy or seizures or whatever it is that it's called, I wouldn't recommend that. Because Mega Man games are known to have flashing lights, so I wouldn't recommend playing Mega Man games. If you have like seizures or whatever, I wouldn't recommend it. I'm saying that is because, there are some people out there that have seizures. I'm not gonna name people, but I will say that these games, not very good if you have seizures. So again, if you have seizures, don't play Mega Man games, or at least now the classic, and I don't know how it is like Mega Man, but I don't remember Mega Man Star Wars and stuff like that. I'm not sure about them, but I know in the classic Mega Man games, they are very well known for having that kind of stuff. Now, right here, you're gonna want to be extra careful here, because this right here is gonna contain, the crabs, and yeah, even if you use the flash stopper, and the enemies are still gonna spawn, so don't use the flash stopper there. Not a good spot to use it. So yeah, so like I said, we're gonna be going against Bubble Man now, and like I said, we get both the Quick Boomerang and the Metal Blade. So yeah, you're gonna want to make sure you use it on him. Because if you don't, yeah, you're gonna have a bit of a rough time. He is still kind of easy with just a buster, but he does pose a slight challenge, but he is still kind of easy. So, Bubble Man, I actually, know this one person, back in the days, back in the Miiverse days. Yeah, I think his real name was David, but his nickname was, Bubble Man because he was a big Mega Man fan at the time, and I don't even know if he is still a Mega Man fan, and also to this very day. So yeah, Bubble-Led is what we got. So Heat Man. So I hope you have item number 2 here, or you're gonna have a hard time. You know, with the invisible block section. And for the record, to those who are curious, no, I do not talk to that Bubble Man person anymore. I'm not gonna say reasons behind it. I mean, part of it is because Miiverse going away. But even before Miiverse ended, I still stopped talking to him for certain reasons I'm not gonna be discussing. But all I'm gonna say is either way, that he was a pretty cool person. So yeah, so like I said, with Heat Man, he gets the Bubble-Led. Because again, weakness order. So again, I hope you have item 2 here. Because if you don't have item 2, you're gonna have a bit of a rough time on the invisible block section. Not the invisible block section, but it's later on in the stage. But yeah, Mega Man 2 is one of the best Mega Man games in my opinion in the classic series. And it's no wonder why this game is so loved by many people. Yeah, I know, people can probably argue saying that people are nostalgia blind. Here's the thing though, I didn't play Mega Man 2 until I believe in 2016. So I'm not nostalgia blind because you know, it was either 2016 or 2017. So I'm not nostalgia blind. So yeah, right here is what I was talking about. If you got an extra life here, which I'm gonna be getting, just make sure though, with the invisible block though, yeah, make sure that you don't be stupid and do what I did. But here's the reason why I did what I did though, because I think my last playthrough, now that I think about it, in my last playthrough that I did, and also I'm not mad by the way, just so that part is clear, but in my last playthrough that I did, yeah, in my last playthrough, clip through the wall, fantastic. No, seriously, clip through the wall, fantastic. But anyways, again, I'm not mad. But again, like I said, I believe in my last playthrough that I did, I think it was earlier this year now that I think about it. I think it was my last playthrough that I did earlier this year. I was able to get the extra life that was there, and not only was I able to get the extra life that was there, I was able to, you know, make it past that section right there, while getting the extra life. In most of my playthroughs, I do ignore that extra life there. You know, basically where I died at. Yeah, in most of my playthroughs, I actually don't even bother getting it in most of my playthroughs. But on my last playthrough, I wanted to see if it was actually possible to get the extra life there. I wanted to see if it was possible to get that there. And in my last playthrough, yeah, I managed to get it. You know, I managed to get it. And that's why I did what I did. Because again, in my last playthrough, I was able to get that extra life, and I was able to, you know, not die in the process. So again, it is possible. To get past that section. It is possible. It's possible to get past that section while grabbing the extra life and then waiting until a certain time frame. That's why I did what I did. Again, I'm not mad, far from it. In fact, I'm just saying, based on what I did in my last playthrough. But with that other death that I had though, that one death I will say was actually probably my own fault. I should have timed it better. But what wasn't my fault was the previous death beforehand. Was the other death. Yeah, that one wasn't my fault. I literally flipped through the wall. Yeah, I literally flipped through the wall. So that was not my fault there on that death right there. But the other death, yeah, that actually was my own fault. I mistimed it, so you know. But yeah, so that right there is even more proof that I'm bad at Mega Man games. It's even more proof. But you know, I do love Mega Man games. You know, I do like learning the block patterns like that. And that's what makes Mega Man fun. I like observing, you know, the patterns of the bosses and trying to overcome them. And I like to try to experiment with certain weapons in the game, unless the weapon is overpowered. But you know, that's what I like about the Mega Man games. And I also like as well too the, you know, also by the way, we got the atomic fire, and we also got to hold the shoot button if we want to do like a better shot. And also we got a message from Dr. Light, item 1, which is it's probably not as good as item 2, but it's still pretty good nonetheless. Or maybe I'm just talking out of my butt. Maybe it is the best one, but yeah. Yeah, like, yeah, that's the thing I loved about this series. And also, by the way, the next boss we're gonna fight, he is Woodman, by the way. He is weak against both the atomic fire, and he is weak against the metal blade. So that's around like 3 bosses that are weak against the same weapon, funny enough. But yeah, at the time when Mega Man came out, I don't think any platformer did that before that game came out. So at the time, I think that was kind of revolutionary at the time because, hey, choose your first level, and that's actually kind of cool. Now right here, what's actually kind of cool is right around here. What you want to do is you're gonna want to use your flash stopper right here. This way, you can skip the wolf fights. At least I think they're wolves. You'll be able to skip. Yeah, you'll be able to skip at least 2 of them. At least 2 of them. This one. I don't think you can actually skip. Yeah, this one I don't think you can skip. But you can skip 2 of them. But again, that's what I like about this series. And that's why, and believe me, I'm kind of excited for Mega Man Dual Override because Mega Man Dual Override, from what it seems on the trailer, it seems that Proto Man is going to be teaming up with Mega Man again. Because at the end of the trailer, you can clearly hear Proto Man's whistle. You know the one that goes. I like that, by the way, where it goes. So, you know. But I can definitely understand why some people aren't really the biggest fan of these kinds of games. Because again, these games are pretty hard, and they're trial and error. But they can be pretty fun. And as long as the level design is, you know, good, then that's all I care about, you know. As long as the level design is good, that's all I care about, you know. Yeah, that's all I care about. As long as it's fun, and it's well designed. And yes, like I said, Mega Man, like I said, this game does have some issues here and there. But at the end of the day, yeah, you can just tell. I mean, like this game or not, whether you like this game or not, you can clearly tell this game put a lot of love and effort put into this game. You can just tell. You know, yeah, you can just tell. I love this game so much. I mean, because my first Mega Man game that I played was Star Force 2 Zerker X Saurion, I think it was. Saurion. And I fell in love with that game, but I don't think I consider myself a Mega Man fan at the time. Also, I like how that killed them all one hit. But then again, if I was on difficult mode, that would have been 2 hits, I believe, instead. But yeah. By defeating him, we got the leaf shield, so not too bad of a weapon, I suppose, in the game, of course. But yeah, so yeah, like I said, that's on me. We were taking him on last, because like I said, I wanted to have a bit of a fair challenge. You know, because like I said, the Metal Blades are pretty well known to being like the most overpowered. Not me to burp. Unknown to be the most overpowered weapon in the game. Along with Mega Man 1, where's the Elect Beam, I think it is. So, you know, so yeah, like I said, some things here and there, but I think it's pretty good. And I do love Mega Man 6, 7, 8, and 11. Although in the case of Mega Man 8, I can definitely kind of understand why some people don't like Mega Man 8 because it's so bad and good voice acting. The gameplay is a bit slower paced than compared to the other Mega Man games. Mega Man 7 is also a bit slow, but it's not as slow as Mega Man 8. So yeah, there's that. And while yes, Mega Man 9 does have my favorite robot master in the series, that's Flash Woman. While yeah, she does, she does appear in Mega Man 9, I don't really like the game all that much because it has quite a bit of design issues, but probably even worse than Mega Man 2 is probably. But don't get me wrong, though, Mega Man 9 is a pretty good game, and I'll go as far as to say that I think Mega Man 10 is a better game, I think. That Mega Man 9 is a better game, and Mega Man 10 is a better soundtrack, or maybe it's vice versa. I haven't played Mega Man 9 and 10 in a bit of a while, but I do remember my last playthrough of Mega Man 9, I remember having a pretty good time with Mega Man 9, but again, just because Flash Woman is in the game doesn't automatically mean I'm gonna go around saying that it's my favorite Mega Man game or anything like that, just because Flash Woman is in it. And it doesn't show you guys as to why it's give that energy tank on purpose. So yeah, Metal Man, he has his own weapon, funny enough. And I guess also the Buster, but he is mainly weak against his own weapon. So that's kind of fun. But yeah, this is the boss that Come&PartyWithNick did for me on his video. So you know. So yeah, Metal Man is honestly pretty fun. Now that we defeated Metal Man, now it is time to do the Wily stages. Because you know, it wouldn't be a Mega Man game without the classic Wily stages, nor would it be a Mega Man game without the boss rush. You know, because I especially say the latter quite a bit in Mega Man. Because it's true, it wouldn't be a Mega Man game without a boss rush. And you know, that's just how it is. Well, what can I say? I love this series. I love Mega Man. I mean, I guess I'd probably say I like the classic series more than Mega Man X, but probably because, you know, it's more simple than Mega Man X, I guess you could say. But yeah, I also heard like fan-made lyrics to this song. Wily Stage music, Wily Stage 1 and 2 for Mega Man 2. Yeah, I listened to like some like fan-made lyrics to it, especially from like a Nintendo Capri Sun. Yeah, you know, but yeah, that's why the Metal Blades are pretty overpowered, because not only do they fire in like all directions, but shooting 4 of them, only uses up 1 bar, like just 1 tiny little bar. And even then, you can do this thing where you can easily just do this thing where you shoot 3 of them, and then you replace the weapon, and you know, yeah, you can easily. Sorry, I didn't mean to say it that way. You can easily do that to farm, farm stuff. So you know. But yeah, what can I say? I love Mega Man 2. I love this game so much. And matter of, I actually did manage to beat this game. Where it's called Roshan 2, where it's basically, it's this series where it basically replaces Mega Man, in which you can role as honestly pretty cool. I mean, yeah, I think that's kind of cool. And I would definitely recommend to check out the Roadshot games. Because basically, again, like I said, they're pretty simple ROM hacks of the classic Mega Man games. But again, you're playing as World instead of Mega Man, and the cutscenes slightly change according to that, which is kind of cool. Yeah, but like I'm trying to say here, I'm not gonna tell you how you get those ROM hacks or anything like that. You guys are on your own on that. Yeah, so I'm not gonna tell you guys how to do it, but again, you guys are on your own. So yeah, what I'd like to do is, I know it's not me, you know. Okay, that was my own fault. But what I was trying to do was I was trying to go on the top portion of the boss, so this way, you know, yeah. So this way I can try to do a good job, but unfortunately that failed. And basically, yeah, what you want to do is, yeah, you do not want to do what I did, where I accidentally stood in one spot because, you know, in terms of where the head is. Because if you do that, as you just saw, you would die in one head. Well, with the fire that the dragon shoots out at you, that does quite a bit of knockback. And the reason as to why I usually stand in one spot on the top portion instead of the bottom a lot of the time, again, what I did, is because it's safer to do it that way. It's safer to do it that way than doing the bottom, because it seems like every time I try to jump over the, you know, the fire, I always die. And also, I'm gonna add, for this playthrough, I do not want to use the rewind feature, nor do I want to use the save point feature either. You know, because I want to play this kind of stuff fair and square, you know, because I don't want to be a cheater. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. That's what I mean about the flashing lights. See. So yeah, some weird deaths here and there, but you know, I don't care. I'm having fun. And besides, this isn't my one favorite Mega Man game, along with 6, 7, 8, and 11. But this is one of my favorites, for sure. And what can I say? I really do enjoy these kinds of games, you know? I mean, yeah, sure, they do have their fair share of issues, don't get me wrong, but, you know, I think they're pretty good. Pretty good games all around. And so, yeah, there's the energy tank, but that doesn't really matter, because I already have 4 of them. But that's okay. The reason I went over here is so I can get weapon energy, which I guess you could technically argue. That I could have took the bottom with that. And the reason why I didn't get that extra life on purpose is because of the crash bomber type deal. That's kind of why. So you know. Also, if it's one emulator I do not recommend trying out is Mario NES, because that emulator is really poor. The reason why I'm saying that is because the instruments, I think they literally use like MIDI sound fonts instead of the 8-bit sound fonts, which makes it sound kind of weird. It makes it sound pretty weird and stuff along with the music. on top of that, what also makes it pretty bad in itself is because, sometimes the game's graphics will glitch out. Oh, that's my fault. But yeah, Mega Man 2, I can play this game. I can play this game a lot. Yeah, I love this game. I know I've been saying this a lot, but I can't really help that, you know. I really do like this game. I love this game quite a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore, I mean, I guess I could have used the crash bomb, but oh well. You're gonna want to be extremely careful, because this right here, you can easily, I don't know what I'm saying easily that way. Yeah, you can easily fall into the spike. For those who do not know, spikes are one-hit KO to Mega Man. Then again, you can pretty much argue that pretty much any other platformer that was released at the time. I was trying to be funny there, that's why I was making Mega Man tiptoe to the boss door. What I do is you just tap the D-pad on the direction. Mega Man is like toe dancing, I guess you could say. It's kind of weird, but it's kind of funny. Yeah, we're almost done with this game, folks. We just have this level, the boss rush, and of course the final boss, so... Yeah, there is also a trap right over here, because yeah, it's just completely speed dark spike there. Well, it's a trap. Yeah, it's a trap. So you're gonna want to use the number 2 there, because if you go there normally, well guess what? You're gonna have issues. Because you're gonna fall like you're gonna clip through the floor and fall into the spike. That's why, yeah, you gotta watch out for that. You gotta watch out. How am I supposed to get that, Capcom? And the reason why I make that as a joke is because sometimes, once in a while, like, weapon energy, or health energy, or, you know, energy tanks and stuff, sometimes they'll go into, like, spikes or whatever, and I jokingly say, oh, how am I supposed to get over there, Capcom? You know, But of course, I say that as a joke. I don't really mean that, you know. But yeah, don't really expect the Mega Man games to be pretty easy, though. Because even on normal difficulty, I still find this game to be pretty easy. Even on difficult mode, yeah, some people are gonna find, normal, still pretty hard. And that's completely valid. Completely valid, you know? It's not, Mega Man games are not, are no cakewalk. Or at least most of them aren't, anyway. Yeah, that right there, I don't know how you're supposed to dodge. It seems like you have to pretty much shake ahead. It's basically what you're saying. So yeah, this right here is the boosting trap. So yeah, like I said, you need to have, pretty good items here, and on top of that, you also need to make sure that you have full crash bomber. Because if you don't have a full crash bomber here, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win this fight. And it is possible to dodge. Yeah, it is possible to dodge. The boosting trap, yeah, it is possible to dodge. You just gotta, like, button mash, where you gotta like, smash the pause button, aka the weapon, type deal, or just do that. So, yeah, but, it's still kind of difficult, though. Yeah, this boss is still kind of hard, for that reason. So, yeah, like I said, you need the full crash bomber. If you don't have all the crash bomber, you're pretty much screwed. And I think that's the reason as to why, there are 3 Robot Masters weak against the Metal Blade. I think that's the whole reason as to why they did that, because they knew, that you needed a full crash bomber, in that boss fight, so they decided to try to do that to even it out. But now it's time for the boss rush. It would be a Mega Man game without a boss rush. Here we go. Like I said, that's a man. It's one weapon. We're just kind of pointing at itself. pretending to be, you know, an alien. But nonetheless, like I said, you need the bubble lead. And, thankfully, you don't have to have 100% bubble lead, like the boo beam trap. But like I said, the bubble lead, I almost said boo beam. But the bubble lead is the only thing that hurts it. So while, yes, you don't need to have 100% of that, you don't need to have a full bar, it still doesn't change the fact that players could potentially use it all up for whatever reason on their first playthrough or whatever, and they're gonna find out that screw, yeah. But yeah, I do find it to be pretty easy stuff. Yeah, even on difficult mode it's pretty easy. But watch out though, watch out, because if you manage to get hit, but not by his tiny little bullets, but if you manage to like crash into him, he takes away a lot of your health. Matter of, I think on difficult mode, if you manage to get hit like that, I believe he takes away like half of your health. But nonetheless, yeah, Big Man 2 is done. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be in this game a little bit earlier from now, but that's okay. I had a fun time throughout this playthrough. I had a lot of fun. I don't know why I said it that way, but yeah, really good playthrough all around. I'm Mega Man 2. I had a lot of fun doing this game for you, Nick. And yeah, this is the final segment. And I had a lot of fun. And I hope you had a lot of fun watching this too, Nick. Come and party with Nick. I had a lot of fun. Yeah, I played Mega Man 2 so many times, and I almost never get bored of this game. And I say almost never, because sometimes I stop playing midway through because I want to play something else. But otherwise, most of the time, I can play this game, and for the most part, I have fun every time. Again, sure, it has some design choices here and there, but it's still a pretty fun game all around. Yes, some design choices could be better, but you gotta admit, for the time when this was released, it was kind of impressive, especially since, Capcom, the employees, they worked on this game on their own free time, as long as the developers was working on other Capcom projects they're working on at the time. So back at the time, this was actually pretty impressive for what they could do. I don't know what their schedule was, back in the day. I mean, I'm gonna assume they had like a year of development, or maybe not even that. But apparently I heard that Mega Man 7 was made even faster. I think I remember hearing that Mega Man 7 was made in like several months, or I don't know, several weeks, but it's actually gonna like go to see here. Yeah, because for Mega Man 7, yeah, 3 months. Yeah, so Mega Man 7 was made in 3 months. Mega Man 2, I don't know, but yeah, nonetheless, yeah, like I said, I had a lot of fun playing this game, and I hope you had a lot of fun. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed watching, if you guys enjoyed watching my custom streams and videos, be sure to give this stream a like. If you guys like watching my custom streams and videos, if you guys want to subscribe, then subscribe. If you guys want to, subscribe to our channel because I'm streaming or doing a video, subscribe to the bell icon so that way you guys don't know I'm streaming or doing a video, and we'll go on from there. Anyways, guys, this is Video Game Fan 96 starting off, and I'll see you guys next time. Whatever I feel up to. And yeah, again, I hope you had a lot of fun watching this segment, Nick. Come Party with Nick, and I hope you enjoy watching my other segments. I hope you also enjoyed my other segments that are prior to this one. Until next time, Video Game Fan 96 is starting off, and I will see you guys, whenever I feel up to it. Probably next week, but it all depends. I can't really say next week because I can't. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of live stream. So until next time, Video Game Fan 96 is out of here. Bye everyone. See you guys whenever I feel it to. Peace out, everybody. Peace out.